Hey guys, it's Nolan, or Ramble Gamble, answering some questions. I gotta kind of speak a bit fast because last time the video was too long, so here we go. First question, Fingolfin asked, if I could be any breakfast food, what would I be and why? I love breakfast a lot, so I can't pick one food. Probably, I'm gonna cop out and say a breakfast buffet and have cereal, bacon, eggs, toast, Nutella, peanut butter. Delicious. Okay. Next, Branda Shindig, or Brandy Shindig. I don't really know how you want that said, Brandy. Yes, I am from Canada. She didn't know I was from Canada. My favorite song to sing. So tough because I just love singing so many songs. I think probably I'd have to pick one that I've been singing for a really long time, just from childhood, listening to it in car rides, that type of thing. Either Maggie May by Rod Stewart or Can't Hurry to Love by Phil Collins. Yeah, that'd probably be it. Favorite song to play? Lately it'd be Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol, just because I learned it and I'm really proud and I really like that song. Another one would be Vegas Skies by The Cab. I like that. It was like the first song I learned. Or Rolling in the Deep by Adele. That's a really fun song to play. Best concert I've been to. Probably the best entertainer I've seen would be Keith Urban. Yes, I like country music, but he puts on a really good show. Really good guitar. It's a lot of fun. Been to 2 of his concerts. I really like Justin Nozuka as well. If you don't know who Justin Nozuka is, I suggest you look him up. He's really good. Yeah, really good. Favorite superhero and why? I don't really know why, but I like The Flash and Green Lantern. And then Batman, probably, because Batman was my first word. Because my sister would go na 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 na, and then I would go Batman. So yeah. Honey Honeydukes asked, as a Canadian, what I think of America. I generally like it. There are things that I maybe change, or some things where I'm like, oh my gosh, why did you do that? But I'm not gonna get into that because I could rant forever about that. But I don't hate it in any way or anything like that. You guys have really cool people. Like almost all my friends that I've met on Tumblr are from the States, and like you guys are just awesome, and you have good food and cool clothing stores and stuff like that. So overall, like, I don't hate you or anything like that. So that's good. Tumbledore, Cat, hello. Favorite Shakespearean play? I'd probably say Taming of the Shrew because I was in it. That was so fun, and we're reading it for English, and I just love it. Although I haven't read all of them, so I can't say for sure because I haven't read them all. My favorite sonnet, I don't have one because I don't read a lot of them, nor really any, but I will eventually, next year probably. You also asked if I could recite a sonnet, so I'm going to recite Sonnet 18, which is probably his most famous. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's leaf hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Ta-da! There we go. My plans after high school. I'm going to be going to the University of Calgary, here where I live. I'm going to be taking a double major, so I'll spend 5 years, come out with 2 Bachelor of Arts degrees, one in English and one in history, concentrating in military diplomatic history. And then after that, I want to move on to grad school and do my master's and doctorate degree in history, concentrating again in military diplomatic, probably World War II, either Canadians in World War II or the Holocaust as well, is something that's very interesting to me. Yeah, that's probably the really specifics of what I want to study. How was my day? It was pretty good. There was some drama, but that's high school, obviously. But overall, it was fun. Got to chill around a lot. Yeah, I'd say it was a good day. Probably. Oh, and then she asked the best part. Best part of my day would have been... Oh, I possibly convinced my band teacher to let us play Forget You by CeeLo Green in jazz band, and possibly do it in the foyer of my high school and play it for students just at lunch one day randomly. So that'll be fun, hopefully, if we get to do that. Most embarrassing moment was her last question. She had a lot of questions. I have 3 that are probably my most embarrassing. One would be the booty popping video that I posted on here. It's a link to on my page, and it keeps getting notes randomly from people that don't follow me, which is kind of weird, but that one, but I can laugh at that because I can say that I had the balls to do that. Another one would be, I did the Single Ladies Dance for a musical last year, and I've done it in front of the school again this year. But again, it's something that I can laugh at and look back at, because I had, again, the guts to do that. Probably the most embarrassing one that I don't really look back and laugh, because I was really awkward when I did it, was in grade 8. I had to wear a dress, a black wig that made me look like Trisha Takanawa, and a bra stuffed with socks on stage, and belly dance, with another guy who was wearing a dress and a wig that made him look like Heidi, or no, not like Heidi, he looked like a Viking, and then another guy who was wearing a fat suit, and it was really weird, and did that for my musical and in front of my school, and that was just awkward. So yeah, those are my most embarrassing moments. Maelia, my little pig, asked when is her Christmas card coming, because I said I would send her a Christmas card in December, but didn't get around to it until Monday. I sent you a letter and a Christmas card, so it should be getting there soon, hopefully. Yeah, so look for that in your mail. While I'm on that topic, I also sent letters to Emily, or Cyclops. I sent her her Christmas card and everything too, so look forward to that. And I'm supposed to confess my everlasting love for her sass. So there, I'm confessing everlasting love for Emily's sass. Leanne, who is in Disney World right now, being a superstar and whatnot, a couple things. First of all, she's amazing. She always denies it, and this is just proof that she is amazing and awesome. So, and she asked all-time favorite song and why. That's like picking me, or trying to pick my favorite song to sing, but I really like, again, the ones that I mentioned before. I like Van Morrison, a couple songs of his are really good. I really like Chasing Cars. I really like, I just love most music. I like For Good by Wicked. That's one that I will never tire of. And Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. And I just, I can't choose my favorites. And finally, Nick, my bro, Nicholas Ridiculous, asked my favorite movies, books, musicals, and TV shows. I'll start with TV shows. Probably Glee, Criminal Minds, Grey's Anatomy, which is a bit of a newer one for me. Yeah, and then Parks and Recreation. So good. Yeah, hilarious. Amy Poehler's a goddess. Musicals would be Hairspray, Wicked, even though I haven't seen it yet, but I'm seeing it in a couple months, so that'll be awesome. And then Lion King the musical. That'd be awesome. Books. My favorite books and movies. So I'm going to go grab books and movies, and then maybe I'll talk while I do this. Hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, this is my big bookshelf where I keep all my books. Oh, Harry Potter. Harry Potter. I'm not going to bring them all over, because that would be difficult and take too long. I love Harry Potter. Where's my other book? There we go. Okay, so we'll do books right now. I just grabbed 4. One that I don't have on me because it's upstairs is in my backpack. I'm reading it for English class right now, and it's so good so far. The Wars by Timothy Finley. If you get a chance to read it, I suggest it. It's about Canadian military history in a way, like it's set in World War I, but it's really good. Okay. I studied this book last year in English class. Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. You can see all of my notes written everywhere. But yeah, it's really, I had kind of a personal connection to it in a way, and just really, really, really love that book. And I love the ending. Another one that, again, I kind of have a personal connection to, and it really made me think, was Believe Me by Nina Killam. Just finished it. Interesting read if you don't really know what to believe with like religion and life and death and higher powers, that type of thing. And as the history nerd that I am, this is the Second World War by John Keegan. It's a big history book. I've got half of a shelf filled with just books on history and stuff like that. I pick this up from time to time as a pleasure read, and oh, that's a very gruesome picture, so I'm not going to show that to you guys. But I pick it up from time to time and just read it for fun, because I'm a nerd. And Nick, when he did his video answering questions, and I asked him his favorite books, he used The Bro Code by Neil Patrick Harris. So this is my version of The Bro Code. It's called The Man's Book by Thomas Fink. Basically, it's everything that you need to know about being a man. This one's how to start a fire with a Coke can. And then it's got stuff about nightclubs, and like it's got an almanac. It talks about how to tie ties. It talks about clothing. It talks about tobacco, and it talks about alcohol. And there's different drink glasses. Talks about urinal etiquette. That's a really interesting topic. And it talks about like the everyman and like the average measurements of things and average beliefs about life. It's a funny read to pick up once in a while, just to kind of look through, and if I need to go back and learn how to tie a different knot in a tie or something, I can do that. And finally, favorite movies, and I've got, oh sweet, they're here from the other video that I did, so I don't have to go get them. I don't have this one on DVD, but Black Swan, oh, such a superb movie. Really, really enjoyed that one. And not because of the lesbian sex scenes. I'm not immature. I analyze it from an English perspective, and that was an extremely powerful movie. Okay, I Love You Man by, or not by, with Paul Rudd, Jason Segel. Hilarious, I think so. That's just great. Yeah, pretty much that. Inception with Leo DiCaprio, Ellen Page. Really, really good. Some people didn't like it and didn't like the ending, but I just love watching that movie. I watch it so much. It's ridiculous. Another one, because I'm a musician, is Mr. Holland's Opus. It's about like a music teacher and how he basically changes kids' lives in this high school. It is based in like the 60s and 70s when everything was changing and music was becoming powerful. And it's got Richard Dreyfuss in it, who's a really good actor. If you ever get the chance to watch it, I recommend it. Something like yeah, do it. And finally, all-time favorite movie is The Lion King. Will forever love this movie. I am obsessed with The Lion King. I've got a Lion King hand puppet. I've got all the Lion King movies. I've got Lion King the musical merchandise. I've got like a hand-drawn picture of Pumbaa that I got in Disneyland that was drawn by a professional artist from Disney. So that's pretty cool. And I think that tackles all the questions. And I've got a little bit of time left to actually do an ending, which is nice. So, yeah, thank you all for asking me questions, and to you all for following me. I'm just going to adjust my seating position here. You guys rock. I love you all. And again, if you ever want, feel free to ask me questions, talk to me. Yeah, and I think we'll get along well. So, peace out. Have a good night. Keep on keeping on. I'm just going to end this now because I'm getting awkward. So, yeah, thanks again, and we'll see you when we see you.